You know what's golden? Reuses everything and loses value after its first play. It's New Super Mario Bros. 2. New Super Mario Bros. 2, to me, is kind of a lazy excuse, honestly. So I'm gonna talk about the coin gimmick. And honestly, all I gotta say to this is, what the heck were they thinking when they did this game? Because this is one of the worst ways to get people to collect coins. You really don't do anything with these coins in the game. The prize at the end when you get to collect 1,000,000 coins is a redesigned title screen. What are we gonna do with the redesigned title screen? Nothing. All we're gonna get is a redesigned title screen. Nintendo could have utilized this so much better, and they could have done way better things to make the gimmick more interesting. But it reuses almost everything from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. From the level themes to the level design to the soundtrack to the bosses. Everything was taken from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And the sad fact, from a gamer's perspective, my perspective, it hurts me. Nintendo could have done so much more with this game, with original ideas, original concepts. Anything would have been great, and they decided to reuse every single thing from the last game. Disappointing and very sad to hear. Is this a big problem in the gaming community? Number one, they make the game really unfair for everybody. Number two, they insult people and even say things that should not be said. And number three, they make online not a fun place to hang out at. Now, when I talk about these toxic gamers, I talk about the minority of gamers that try to ruin the experience for people who are playing online. What I think makes up is two things: the age group and generally how they act best. How these people act is what is the problem here. They generally cannot handle criticism. They generally cannot handle anything where, even if it's a match where they lose. Stop releasing so many ports, please. Oh my god. Like, it has not been apparent enough. I know it's not all the ports that I'm going to be talking about, but I'm talking about the majority of ports that really just don't particularly pique my interest at all, because I think these ports deserve to be called out and deserve to be spoken on why these are really bad ports to begin with. Think like, oh yeah, it's a new Switch game, but in reality, it's a port. It's a port of a Wii U game that came out maybe 6 to 8 years ago, maybe. And it's the same game that you paid for maybe about 6 to 8 years ago, honestly, because it's nothing new, it's nothing special. It's basically the same game that you're getting. What mystifies me the most about all this is that Nintendo newest console. So you're not getting anything new here. You're getting something old but on a new console. Another point I want to make, they don't they add minimal new content to these games. What's even more frustrating is that is that they make a profit off of this. There's another point I want to bring up. Another point I want to bring up is Nintendo is kind of using these ports to kind of cash grab off of the sales of the Switch, which means profiting off of the sales of the Nintendo Switch, which means that they are they're essentially using this system as kind of like a cash grab for people who are looking to buy the game, essentially. Um, which they charge them at $60. And I am talking specifically about the ports that I have discussed in previous lines. I say this is not good at all in many retrospects.